Aloha, everyone. Welcome to the Coconut Wireless. It is Thursday, November 13th. We got a show for you tonight. Let's go. What's up, Charles?
Oh, how
Knock
you
it
doing, brother?
off. Knock it off.
How you
Knock it
doing?
off.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Good. It is Thursday night, and we got a very special guest tonight, Lieutenant Jose Gonzalez from the Salvation Army. And there he is in
Yeah.
the flesh.
No, no, thank you for having me.
We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Salvation Army, man. You know, we all know, we've heard, it's like we grew up with the Salvation Army, but not too many people really know all that you do. And I've been blessed to have been a part of your board, and I learned so much that I did not know. So that's why you're here tonight, man, to share a little bit about, first of all, who you are, how did you end up here on Kauai, and what do we got to expect from the Salvation Army as we get into that holiday season?
Yeah. So for those watching that don't know, I am Lieutenant Jose. I am the Corps officer alongside my wife here at the Hanapepe Salvation Army. I have been here for close to 3.5 years now. Being able to do ministry and serve on this side, on the west side of the island. I essentially, why I'm here. I got sent here. Um, they told me you're going to go serve in the beautiful Hanapepe for your very first appointment. I said, of course, going to suffer for the Lord out there. And yeah, now I'm here. I've been happily married for 2 years now, and we're out here doing whatever we can. You know, the Salvation Army has been on the island for, if I'm not mistaken, close to 128 years. The Hanapepe Salvation Army itself has been out here for closer to 85 to 87 years, and we're doing everything we can to help the community. Just to talk about right now, a little bit on the west side. You know, we do 3 meals every week for the low income in the community, or anybody that just wants to come grab a bite to eat. You know, we have a dinner on Monday, we have lunch on Wednesday, and lunch on Friday. We have a food pantry that's active on Fridays as well, for anybody that may need some emergency food or anything along those lines. Um, every Wednesday, we have a what we call a senior home league. So what that is a senior program for the women on the west side. If they need to get out of the house or just come do something, my wife leads that program with them, has activities for them. Once a year, we have a senior luncheon that's specific to the seniors in the community and for all that they do. You know, and then we also have a children's program that we started up on Fridays. We will pick up certain areas of kids after school, bring them to our property. We'll have a planned activity. They get a dinner as well. And we get to be able to feed into their lives and just kind of teach them, you know, leadership skills, qualities, things that will benefit them that they can use them for the future. And then we have what we call at the very end of the year the Christmas season programs. And these are the ones that I want to talk about today, which is that both Salvation Armies on the Lahui side and the Hanapepe side are currently about to be starting our Red Kettle campaign. So you guys may know that as the bell ringing season, you'll see us out in front of stores ringing the bells, collecting donations, and all those donations that we collect stay on Kauai. Um, and it goes into the programs that we have that serve and feed into the community. We make sure that we use them to be able to minister and to do whatever we can into the community. So it doesn't go anywhere else. All that we collect stays on island and with their respective locations. We also have our angel tree programs. So this one is a little special, dear to my heart, which is the ones where, say for example, a family's going through some hard times, and they have to decide as to whether they're gonna have some food on the table or maybe purchase a gift for their kids during the holiday season. But we want to be able to help the family, and if they sign up for our program, we can go ahead and help them get gifts for the kids. It's no charge. They just need to sign up, and they need the right requirements that each location is asking for, which is a birth certificate for the children, proof of a residence, and a state ID. Um, and then we can go ahead and help them out. Hanapep is currently helping from ages 0 to 16, and we're also doing Kapuna from ages 60 and older. And the Hui Salvation Army is doing from ages 0 to 17 as well, if I believe. And you can go ahead and if you want to donate toys to these programs, you can go ahead and call both locations, or you can go to the Walmart down in La Hui. They have a tree that's going to have angel tags on there, and you can go ahead and pick one off and buy a gift for the child, and then put it in the box that they're going to have at the store as well to go ahead and pick up those donations. Over here on the west side, we're going to go ahead and start working with some few partners, trying to find the actual names. So with like the Sheraton down in Poipu, as well as a few other locations that are starting to help with us. But if you look on our website, you'll be able to see what those partners and who those partners are. But right now, it's a season for giving back, and we're going to do everything we can to give back to the community in our respective capacities. And also, not to mention, we also have our Thanksgiving luncheons that are going to be coming up on the 26th, Wednesday, the 26th of November. Uh, Hui is going to be a drive-through, and Hanapep is going to be a sit-down. So you want to come relax and just kind of kick your feet up and enjoy a meal with us here, we'll be able to do that. Yeah.
Well, as I can see, we kind of lost Mel there.
I think we did.
Yeah. So let me ask you, given what's been happening with our nation and everything that's happening all over, how has there been an uptick in your services needed for people looking for help? Has things gone up, or can you
Yes.
expound on that a little?
So we're kind of taking notice in two immediate areas. The first one is our soup kitchen. Yeah. So we have those dinners every Monday, and then the lunches on Wednesday and Friday. Um, our cook, who handles the majority of the responsibility to be able to prepare the meals, has noticed that there's a lot of new faces that she's never seen coming in to get those meals. They're not necessarily houseless or anything like that, but they're people and families specifically that are being impacted by what's, and so they just need somewhere to be able to get a free meal that's also comforting, and that they can um, be able to just not worry about it. Yeah. So that's the first area we've seen it. Our meals are an increase in people. We've also seen an increase within the Angel Tree program. Normally around this time of year, I guess you could say we have about maybe 50 individuals signed up. We're currently at 122 individuals signed up for the Angel Tree program, and we are expecting that to continue rise. Um, but it's a blessing that we're able to have these programs in place so where we can help the community. Yeah, because you never know what's going to happen. We can see that within the world right now, and I think that as long as we continue to be able to have these programs, we can do the best work that we can.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, we
Yes.
can. Yes, we can.
Okay. Alrighty. That's good. I lost my camera again. I don't know what's going on, man. Anyway, we do have. First of all, what I was trying to say before I got blacked out was that was a lot to unpack, and I did have one question here from the one of our viewers. What about for adults, the moms or the dads? Uh, that's a good question.
Yeah, I will say that the program that we've started traditionally has always been more for the keiki within the community. It's eventually evolved into kapuna as well. Um, and as of right now, it's kind of the standing thing. If we have any presents in which are not for one or the other, then we make sure that we get it out into the community in some way or not. Yeah, we don't. We try not to keep anything that we have. We try to make sure that it always goes to somebody somewhere.
And Mona will be donating a couple of bears. I know last year I went out,
Yeah,
I rang the bell, and Mona was so kind as to bring a few bears. And those bears, she hand makes those bears, and I just want to say thank you. I think maybe this year Mel and Charlie should go out and ring the bell for a segment. We, it's fun, Charlie. In fact, Charlie donated last year. He donated a very generous
thank you.
donation. Yeah, we raised a lot of money, and we wanna do more of that for the Salvation Army. The Red Kettle campaign, Jose. Are you still
Yes,
looking for volunteers to fill
we
up some of
we
them
are
slots?
always looking for volunteers. The Hana Pepe and the West Side, as we've kicked off our Red Kettle campaign already. We started yesterday. It's a little early. We got some people telling us you're out too early, and I'm just like, I know, but we got to do the best we can, and I know that the Hui Salvation Army kicks theirs off this Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. So we're always looking for volunteers. If anybody wants to volunteer for us, they can go to registertoring.com, and then they just put in the zip code of the area where they want to volunteer, and that'll pop up the closest Salvation Army, and they just have to fill out a short informational, and then that'll send me and my wife or the lieutenants at the Lahui Salvation Army the information of the volunteer. So yeah, registertoring.com is where you go to sign up to volunteer for us.
I am putting it in the comments right now. Register to ring.com. All right, there it is. It's in the comments, folks. Hey, go sign up, man. It's actually a lot of fun. You get to meet a lot of people, and yeah, they're very nice people too. And
Oh, definitely.
they all so anxious to give, and believe me, some of those donations that come in are pretty significant. So, is there a way maybe to adopt a few families? I think the best thing to do is reach out to the Salvation Army, either the Hanapepe Corps or Lihui, and they will be more than happy to guide you in the right direction and take care of some of these families. That's kind of what I wanted to discuss. I know today the Hawaii Food Bank they brought their food pantry, the mobile pantry, to the historic county building, and they were there from 2 o'clock till 5 o'clock. And there were a lot of people that came and stood in line to get their food, and they had a lot of food. They had a lot of food to give away. But have you seen a large increase in the need now with all what's going on in our national politics?
Um, so I can't comment on the politics, but I will comment on the need. Um, as the need, like I was saying before, it is significant, and you can see it rising. Whether it's by the amount of meals that we serve per day, or it's the amount of people, unfortunately, that when we run out of that food, um, sometimes some come a little bit later, or we just simply are all out because we weren't expecting that amount of people to come. So it's forced us to start thinking a little bit bigger, buying more food in bulk, so that we can prepare it a lot better, so that we can feed anybody that comes our way. Um, as I was saying before, yeah, that need definitely is increasing. Whereas around this time of year, we don't see too many families. We have been seeing more parents and children coming to our meals, and I think that's one of the things that's been sticking to me a lot more lately.
Yeah, I think it's just all around. It's just rough times, challenging times, and politics was a terrible word to use. Just the situation that we live in right now,
Mm.
and a lot of families are struggling, and I would suspect that the need is there. What Danielle is asking, what is the highest food, or what is most in demand?
So if it's for emergency food or for a food pantry, then anything that's essentially non-perishable, things that won't go to waste. I do know that a lot of people ask a little bit more for proteins, like for example, like lunch meat, or like corned beef, or even spam, or things along those lines that they know that they can make a meal out of, and that will last them a good amount of shelf life. Um, as for our kitchen, uh, our kitchen has been very sustainable so far with what we've gotten. We have gotten some donations. We work with the Hawaii Food Bank, the Kauai branch, in being able to get USDA items to give to the community, and also stuff that we can cook and prepare for them. But as going back to the original question, yeah, we've seen a lot more when it comes down to meats, and even non-perishable fruits and stuff like that, rice, things along those lines.
Yeah, well, we truly appreciate um, all that you folks do. The angel trees, it's a really interesting program, and you know that's an opportunity. You know, there are so many kids that go without during this time of year, and you know it's so sad because most of the kids get their gifts, and when they get back to school, everyone's talking about what they got for Christmas. So you know this angel tree program, folks, and you know it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. Go to the Walmart, grab an angel off of the tree, and you pick the kid you want to help. A lot of people, when I was ringing the bell last year, would come in and they did their normal shopping, and they would buy toys inside and then come out and throw it in the box, as well as a cash donation. There are a lot of people that have resources that can do that, but that is an awesome program, the Angel Trees. And what you might think is a very small gift, a Hot Wheels car or anything like that, it makes all the difference for these kids. It makes all the difference for these kids. Just the fact that they can open up a gift for Christmas, and which normally they wouldn't be able to. So Charlie, I know Charlie's so busy, but maybe he can take a 1 hour lunch break and come ring the bell with me one day, and we can have some fun at that.
Sure, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
That'll be so much fun.
Well, you just name it, and we'll go there, and we can also do a live,
Yeah, we'll do it
for
live. We'll have fun with
people
it. We'll have
who
fun with
want
it.
to come on the air and tell their friends that, hey, I was on Facebook Live with Uncle Mel and Uncle Charlie. But I wanted to ask this question, and that is, a lot of times we're we're meeting the needs that sort of, it's just touching the tip of the iceberg, and we want to find some definite conclusions, and I don't know what the answer is, because I know that there are some entities that have given a lot before, and some now are no longer participating. So I'm just worried that there's a lot of good people out there, but to really make an impact, we need all hands on deck. What has your view been of what's happening with those who gave before, and you don't get to see those individuals around nowadays, Lieutenant?
Like you said, for those who gave before,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we are surrounded by a community, thankfully, um, that kind of understands that phrase of all hands on deck.
Hmm.
Um, from what I've seen of Kauai, um, is that when it comes down to giving to each other, a lot of times they are very upfront about it and very there, and they will give, and when you call people to arms, you'll get people that'll show. You know, I haven't had any negative experience so far, or haven't had any experience in which um, people who have given previously don't give anymore. They find a way. I guess is what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say. They find a way to give, simply because everybody has something going on that we don't know, and
Right.
in that capacity, it's just about understanding where everybody's at, and if somebody just can't give in that moment, they will find a way later on to give. So that's just been my experience so far.
And thank you. I just wanted to get your read on it, because a lot of times, and Mel, I mean, it's no excuse. We're busy too, but then we should make that time to really get out there and see what the needs are. There's several food drives that are taking place now, and I can see that the demand is for more than what it was before, and I can see you get a lot of good organization like Chad Buck and his team over at the HFA that just, I mean, they talk about giving from the heart.
Mm.
Something that happened, and I want to give a shout out, Mel, if I can. But Jason Maishiro over at Domino's, I reached out to him and says, "Hey, these poor TSA workers. I mean, they're getting caught in the middle. You got a government shutdown. And, they haven't had two paychecks back to back. I mean, it's not easy." And he came on, and I just want to say thank you to Jason. He came on and just donated a ton loads of pizzas just to feed the people down at the airport. So really grateful that those kind of things can happen.
Yeah, I mean, the struggles don't discriminate, right? I mean, I saw a
Right.
bunch of TSA employees in the line today at the mobile food pantry. And that's just what's going on right now, and it's refreshing, like you said. The all hands on deck mentality of this island is incredible. It never ceases to amaze me how helpful this community is, and continues to be. And even during tough times, people still manage to squeeze a little bit to help someone else, and that's just something about this place that is special, and we appreciate that so much. I did want to hit that one question because I saw it. What about powder proteins? I'm not.
That's not too much of a common thing that we get. But if it helps, we'll welcome it and we'll find somebody to give it to.
Yeah,
That's how it works.
that's how it works. I kind of wanted to talk about the luncheons that you have on November 26th. That is open to anyone.
Yes.
And you all both between Lihui and Hanapepe, you guys serve a ton of meals. And you said Lihui is a drive-through, but the Hanapepe
Mhm.
is a sit-down.
Correct. Correct. I think between both locations, I think just last year we were close to 900 to 1,000 people, if I'm not mistaken, that we were able to give meals to. Um, and so, our again, our goals is to do the best that we can, and volunteers are always welcome when it comes down to that. Um, but also sometimes if you just want to come and enjoy a meal, then you're more than welcome to. Anybody's welcome to grab from both of us. Yeah.
That is awesome, and it's a real meal. It is a
Yeah.
real, real, real meal. And for those of you that might be wondering, I have eaten the food out of the kitchen at the convention hall. It is,
It is good. It
Charlie.
is good.
It is
Good.
delicious.
No,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
It's crazy,
We got to give props to the Grand Hyatt Hotel, who is the ones that help us be able to supply these meals to the community. They have been a consistent pillar for us when it comes to Thanksgiving, and so those delicious meals, it's all thanks to them. Last year I wasn't able to get one, but at the end of the day, that's a good thing, right? I don't need it. I can stand to lose a couple pounds here and there, but it's a blessing to be able to see that.
Yeah, and just the joy on the faces of those people that are having an amazing meal, and again, especially the kids. These kids, to me, that's where my heart is, and it's always just so special to see the kids just having a good time, having a great meal. It's amazing. Hey, how I and again, we didn't prep for this, so I don't like putting you on the spot. But the thrift stores, the thrift shops, are they still functioning here on Kauai?
Unfortunately, they are not functioning as a part of the Salvation Army anymore. The Hanapeba thrift store was permanently closed as of last year, and the Lahui thrift store permanently closed as of September of this year.
Yeah,
And unfortunately, it was too much of a demand from that business standpoint. But I know that both locations are coming up with alternatives that they can continue to give back to the community. Um, and so, for example, this weekend, we're doing a rummage sale here at our property, um, which is completely volunteer ran. and we're doing it for 3 days. So it's this Saturday, it's the 29th, and for the life of me, I cannot remember the third one. I believe it is a Saturday in December. Let me pull up my calendar here. If I'm not mistaken, it should be December 13th, uh, the last day. So we're doing 3 rummage sales. And then after that, what we're doing is we're continuing to take donations so that we can do more of these rummage sales throughout the year. And just be able to continue to help the community, at least with some type of affordable things that they want to get. So everybody's welcome. It starts at 10 a.m. and goes all the way to 4 p.m.
10 to 4 p.m. rummage sale. Go find those hidden gems in there. So what they say, someone's trash is another one's treasure, and that is so
There you go.
true. That
Yeah.
is so true.
Yep.
Charles, let's go shopping, Charles. Let's go
Huh?
shopping. Oh,
Huh?
you gotta pass there every day.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, if you haven't been to the
Let's
Hanapepe
do it.
core,
Let's do it.
it's a fantastic, fantastic operation they got there, and again, um, so many opportunities to help serve our communities. A lot of us are busy and cannot, like you said, Charlie. It's no excuse, but for some people, everybody's very, very busy. But there is a way you can help our community by simply supporting organizations like the Salvation Army, and this one here, as the lieutenant said, all of your contributions to the Red Kettle campaign and Angel Trees, all of these things stays right here on Kauai, right here on Kauai, and so you can be assured that your donations will be helping families here on Kauai, and that is special, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Yes. Well, I also wanted to say that it's been woven into the every community's it's that fabric of belief, trust, and hope when people are down on their down on their luck or for reasons nobody knows that the Salvation Army has always been there as that lending hand, and
Hmm.
they've never turned away anyone. So, for those of you that are watching out there, just know that they're there. Aside from giving, they also will receive whatever you want to give to them, that they could then share it amongst the multitudes that may need the help. So I'd like to say thank you to the Salvation Army.
Yeah, thank you, Lieutenant. I don't keep you here all night, but I did want to just go over the big events that are coming up for the Salvation Army before we let you go. The Red Kettle campaign, that is
Hmm.
the bell ringing. But there is also virtual Red Kettle as well, that people can go online
There
and
is.
contribute online, right?
Yes. So if they do the for both locations, you just gotta type in the name, right? So either Lahui or Hanapepe, and you put virtual red kettle, and you put the year. It's gonna pop up with that information.
Mm.
Um, Sometimes I'm not gonna lie. I've had trouble with the website here and there. So if you have some trouble, just know you're not alone. But it is a way. And so what's happening this year is that for every dollar collected within the virtual red kettle, our headquarters is going to match it to make sure that we can maximize the most. And again, all that stays within the respective communities, and we'll go back into helping the programs in the community in whatever way we can. So the virtual red kettle is a great way if you want to make a donation and know that it's going to get matched. That's what's happening right now.
So for our viewers, I'll put up a post later on tonight with the links to all of these opportunities, so you can go ahead, and obviously you can always reach out to Charlie or myself via Messenger if you have any questions. And then the angel trees again, Lieutenant. The best way for them to is it just at
Yes.
Walmart, or is it at you said the Sheraton as well? I mean the yeah,
Yeah, the
Sheraton.
Sheraton. So the Sheraton is helping us with Angels, for the west side and the south side, and then the Walmart. Let me double check that information to be sure. Walmart, Central Pacific Bag, and Hertz Car Rental on the Lahui side is taking care of the Hui and northern shore of the island as well.
Awesome. Central Pacific Bank, Walmart, and Hertz Rental Car. If you're in Lihue, Sheraton, Poipu if you're on the south side or on the west side. And again, it's very simple. Go grab an angel off of the tree and make a donation. Buy a toy for a kid or a few kids. You have that opportunity to pick up a few kids. And then the big luncheon is on November 26th, folks. Hana Pepe is a sit down luncheon. Lihui is a drive through. So spread the word. Spread the word. And of course, you can always make a donation. You can always make a
Yep.
donation. And if you guys need help with figuring out how to get your donation or your gift to the Salvation Army, just reach out to myself or Uncle Charlie or the Salvation Army direct, and they'd be more than happy to
And
accommodate you.
we do have one more.
Oh,
It's the first time that we're doing this. It's a community Christmas dinner on
Wow.
December 23rd. So we're gonna have the question about the parents, about the moms and the dads, actually reminded me about this, which is where we have the toys already distributed to the kids. That dinner, we're gonna have some special things for the parents as well that come in on that day for that meal. So anybody's welcome to that meal. It runs from 5 to 6, and it's December 23rd. We're gonna have some live music. We're gonna have some presents, and we're gonna have Santa Claus from what I hear running around the building. So it's gonna be a good time.
Good.
awesome. Well, Lieutenant, thank you so much for sharing some time with us tonight. We appreciate you, and we will keep you guys posted any updates that we have, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it, and thank you guys for what you guys do as well.
And I will let everybody know when Charlie and I'll be ringing the bell, and we're gonna
Yep.
this year we're gonna try to raise more than we did last year, and
Yes.
help some families here on Kauai. So thank you, sir. Appreciate you, and God bless.
Thank you both. God bless you guys, and we'll see each other soon.
Alrighty.
Already.
Aloha. Oh, Charles. Oh man,
Yes.
hang on, hang on. I'm here. I'm here. I just
Okay.
there we are. There we are. It's
Okay.
all good. All good. Man,
You
I
know,
tell you,
he
the
he he is
technology.
such a likable teddy bear, that lieutenant. Very
Yeah,
likable guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mona, you can do it. Just connect with me on Messenger or connect with me, and then yeah, I'll make sure I can come get it from you, and then we'll make sure we get it to the Salvation Army.
You know, I
Appreciate
wanted
that.
to also share that Mona had messaged me earlier, but I wanted to get in contact with you about dinners. She so graciously wanted to get some dinners out there for needy families, and I told her to reach out to you, Mel, and then I'll
Okay.
share it tonight. So thank you, Mona. If you're watching, definitely you are watching. So uh, you can private message Mel, and we can get you in the direction because she wants to help some families, especially during this holiday season. Yep.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of opportunities to help others this season, and we should be all doing that. And we should all.
Yep.
Keith EY, all the way from Bangkok, Thailand. My God,
Yeah. Oh, it's
okay,
Thailand.
Thailand.
Yeah. No, when I read, I said Bangkok. What is it, Bangkok?
Bangkok. Oh, yeah. I wanna say a big mahalo to my brother Brian. He's on the Big Island. He's actually in the hospital right now. I'm shocked that he's on the show. He injured his hand, and there's an infection going on, so he's in the hospital. But I'm reading his comment. The IVs will be removed tonight, and he'll start oral antibiotics and probably go home tomorrow. So, if you pray for my
Oh,
brother Brian up there on the Big Island.
yes. No, that's good news. Whenever they start pulling those IVs out and getting you ready on oral antibiotics, that's always a good sign.
Yeah,
Always a
absolutely.
good sign. Yeah.
Yeah, you're working too hard, brother. You're working too hard. You gotta take it easy. Maybe come home for a little bit and kick back and help us. Help us on the campaign, bro. Come home and relax a little bit. Come. Hey,
Hey, I did. I
go
did
ahead,
want to
Charles.
say, last night I want to thank all those who came over to Troy's to catch a set and had some good brothers from the Outrigger Hotels. A good friend of mine. His father was my lieutenant, but Michael Palazzaro. He used to be up here before. He used to work with Copena
At the Kauai,
the Marriott.
no, the Marriott. I know him.
Yeah.
He oh nice. That was cool. That's pretty
So
cool.
MJ is now in charge, I guess, corporate wise of all Outrigger Hotels, the security department.
Wow.
So they came up and they did some auditing, and he just missed our last set, but it was great to see him. But I did want to say, that we celebrated a ton loads of birthdays last night at Troy's, and I just wanted to say thank you to everyone. We have so much fun. We have people from Kansas, we have people from Oregon, um, and it's all about back in the old days, you had some Kanikapila fun. Then, of course, you always had those bars that had a lot of problems, right? They didn't want anybody coming in. But I will say this, we're always welcoming the people, even if they had a little bit too much. This they're still loving and welcome everybody through those doors. So I just can't thank everybody enough. I mean, sometimes the humor a little bit dry, but hey, we find a way to revive it.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
guys
love
do
it.
that well. You guys do that quite well. Hey, by
So,
the way, you guys were at the Brunch Babes event they had this weekend. It was a fundraiser for the Hawaii Food Bank, and you
yes.
guys you guys played music, and I don't know if you heard the final tally of how much they raised.
No, no, I left. I left by the
Hi,
time.
Susan. So they raised almost $11,000
Wow,
for the Hawaii Food Bank, and just on that day, they collected 744 pounds of food.
wow.
Yeah, a huge success, and glad to be a part of it. And that was awesome. And that just that kind of money, at the food bank because of the foods that they buy with the federal subsidies is puts out a lot more food than what the cash value is. So mahalo to Westboro and his team out there at the Hawaii Food Bank. And like I said, they were out in front of the historic county building today, passing out quite a bit of food. So it was very interesting. Charles, I wanted to talk a little bit about something that's happening up in Hanalei on November 18th. I know the visitor industry you are very familiar with as well as your lovely wife, but we know this Destination Management Action Plan. They call it DMAPS, or something that the state is doing, or Hawaii Tourism Authority (HTA). But they are
Hmm.
having a community meeting in Hanalei on November 18th from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Honolulu Neighborhood Center. And they're going to be discussing the destination management, visitor hotspots, and collaborative action to mitigate visitor pressures and stewarding our AINA. So if you are interested, I know it's a drive, but if you're interested, Honolulu Neighborhood Center, November 18th. This is on my page. If you go to my Facebook page, you can see this, and there's the link to register if you want to go. But now this is the opportunity for us to speak up. So I'll be there. I will be there, and just encouraging all of you to make sure you all, if you want to head out to Honolulu, it'd be a nice drive, and
Yeah.
let your voices be heard. Let your voices be heard.
You know, there's both sides to a lot of the issues, and I'm just worried. And this is not a plug, So I'm just going to give you just my own opinion, and that is, I get worried when I see businesses shutting down. I get worried that I know there's alternative means on how to sustain, but I've seen it thus far. Those that try kind of fall at the wayside, and they don't come back, and that's my fear. That's my fear. And then there are some. I want to be positive when I say this. There are some leverages that could be made, but sometimes it just focuses in on an area, and I come from the background where I want to focus on everything, all encompassing. Because when you focus in on that area, that one small portion might benefit, but I look at the whole gamut, right?
Yeah.
Across the entire island, that everyone should benefit. It's just not, a tiny, tiny portion of the island.
Yeah, and it's frustrating for some. I know there was a comment here from Jody talked about the chopping of the trees um,
Yeah.
in Koloa, and so when I posted that DMAP flyer on my website, I mean on my Facebook page, right away someone said that they don't know if these types of collaboration works anymore. And the reason that comment was made was because as it relates to Koloa, that planning we talked about this a week or so ago. The community made it very clear that there were to be no cutting of the large trees unless they were diseased, and that was 13 years ago. And now fast forward 13 years and they're chopping down those big banyans, even though the community got involved and engaged in the community process, and they did not listen. And I share their frustration because I tell you what, when those and they're being cut, they cut one big one today, I think, and they're gonna finish up this week. And Koloa is not gonna look the same. Koloa is not going to look the same, and that is frustrating. That is frustrating. And the community came out in force. They had a petition. They had a lot of input to our administration, and they did not listen. So it's frustrating, and that's why I think when people see these types of community meetings, some of them, Charlie, they just don't want to go anymore because they don't
Well,
think they're going to be
they're
listened to.
saying, what's the use? I mean, usually the old adage is majority rules, right? So you can have the majority there, but if it falls on deaf ears, I think that's why they get frustrated and just say,
Yeah.
I might as well save my breath for something else because no matter what I say or do, it's not gonna. And yet, sometimes people have good ideas, and yet sometimes people get a little bit of radical. Then they gotta dial it down a little because we all can agree to disagree, but we need to be pleasant that when the meeting comes to an end, that we can. My dad used to always tell me, son, growing up, you fight with somebody, you go kapila in the park, you throw blows. Whoever gets knocked out, the other guy gotta help him up. You gotta shake hands, brush it off, and we live to see another day, right?
Mhm.
And that's how it should be. It shouldn't be I hold on grudge all the way to the point that maybe somebody will get extremely hurt down the road. Sometimes it's no good.
Hi, Elaine. What's
Hey, Elaine.
happening? What's happening? And Mila. Oh my goodness, Mila Rapana.
Oh, yeah. Aloha no.
Aloha.
So,
Thank you guys for joining. Yeah, so it's
but I like to get back to that. So so what had happened was, I was at work that day, and things just started to pile up on me regarding, I get a call that goes, "Hey, you gonna show up for player at the Coconut Beach?" And I said, "Oh, sorry, time just flying by." And I didn't think that it was gonna be an all day thing for me to be at the airport. Well, it happened. So needless to say, I didn't have my base with me. So I asked John because I gave him a base. I said, "Son, you got that base Pops gave you?" He go, "Yeah." You think you can go grab them? And so that's what I played, which was kind of like a homecoming. I gotta say that the staff and management at the Sheraton Coconut Beach is unbelievable. Very accommodating. The facilities were very clean.
oh yeah.
Uh, you know, Troy and Puni, they did an exceptional job. Everyone that partook in of the event itself, I mean, It was top notch. It was like, and the those attending were, they didn't boo us, so that was a good sign.
Oh man, you guys were silent. I didn't know you was gonna be there, and actually you wasn't there when I got there.
Yeah,
You and then when they they introduced you, I was like, oh Charlie, Uncle Charlie's here. And that was just a treat. That was just a treat. So it was a great event, and
yeah,
there was a busy weekend. I mean, there was a lot of things going on. There was a Hanapipi Carnival that went on as well. The Hanapipi, Alden, Pablo, and all, they put an amazing event together.
yes, yes.
Yeah, it was just a busy weekend, but it's a lot of stuff going on now here in Kauai. So there's no excuses to not have fun. There's no
Oh
just
yeah.
absolutely no excuses. Uh, there's a Ho'ike coming up on Saturday. There's a bunch of things going on. So there's no excuse, folks. There's no excuse. But the
I also
holiday
want
season, man, it's for some the holiday season is quite depressing, and that's why we as that gotta step it up and help them out.
well, I do want to say that, I want to say thank you to all the workers at the airport, not only the security folks, but airline workers, DOT management, maintenance. Everybody is stepping up to just make these trying times a little bit more pleasant. I can see how attitudes are changing for the better, which I'm very, very grateful. Uh, I used to always say this to some of the workers. I said, you know what? A smile and aloha is free. You don't need to pay for that kind of stuff. And I said, for me, it's very easy for me to walk up to somebody and start talking to them because a lot of times I'll see a visitor and you can see they're looking at their phone, and I already know that they're looking for their Uber. Where do they go? And I'll just walk up to them and says, "Are you looking for your Uber?" And I tell them, "Well, the policy here at the airport is you need to go and stand by that tree there because that's the ride share. They'll pick you up there." And they're so grateful. Or sometimes they may ask, "I don't know where my bags is. I just came off this airline." And I go, "What airline?" And they tell me. I said, "You're in the wrong baggage claim because you probably was walking down the entire concourse and you should have gone to baggage claim A and you walked all the way to baggage claim B. But it's okay. Your bags will be there." And I always tell folks, hey, you show a little kindness. I mean, something as small as giving them directions means a lot, especially if this is their first time to the islands. You know, you tell them stuff like, you leave the airport, you go straight out, you want to take a right at the traffic light. It's the next resort past the next traffic light, Kauai Beach Resort. That's where you're headed. Thank you so much, sir. You don't have to do it, but I said, hey, do it. Give them that welcoming aloha spirit. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I noticed that it at Hobby International Airport in Texas, in Houston. So Houston has two airports, and we typically would fly into George Bush, but Hobby is closer to Nikki's new house. So at the Hobby Airport, I noticed that the employees of the airport were very, like, it's like they're trained to find people that look lost.
Yes.
Like you, Charlie, you see that every day, so you can recognize when someone
Yeah.
is lost or looking for something. And I noticed that at the Hobby Airport. I
Yeah.
have not experienced that at any other airport on the mainland, but that one airport, I noticed that they come up and approach you and say, "Hey, you need some help? Or are you looking for something?" And that was very refreshing. When that happens, it's like the aloha spirit in Texas.
Yeah.
I mean, in general, Texas people are very nice, but I now that you mentioned that it just reminded me about the experience I had at Hobby. It was different from any other airport. So that goes a long way, Charles. That does. You're right. It goes a
No,
long
thank
way. It
you.
makes you feel comfortable.
Well, I see a lot of these folks. They'll come off. They don't know about agricultural rules and why they need to have their bags inspected. And so, what? Oh, somebody
Yeah,
with almost the same
I
last
know.
name.
he, he posted earlier today on the on when I put up the slide
Yeah.
about the show. I thought it was you, Charlie. I just
No,
no, it wasn't.
Ioane.
It was
Yeah.
Iowane. Iowane.
So a lot of these
Nice.
people, you have to tell them that there is a reason why, but don't fear. Uh, just pass your bags through. They're inspect. They're looking for fruits, plants, anything like that, because we don't want to harm the environment if there is something that's on what you're carrying, that it doesn't leave the island. So, and then once they understand, then they're perfectly fine. You just got to make them understand, certain things. I think people. What's interesting is I watch, and I gave this comment. It's like a maze because all of the stanchions in front of the TSA checkpoint is all black. So once you step in from the angle looking from the outside in, you really cannot tell which way you gotta go. And you,
Oh.
and you won't know how the thing is working until you get inside. Then you get halfway through, it goes, I in the wrong line. I pre-checked. Too late. You gotta go in for the ride. you know, just stuff like that. But it's cute. I told him, hey, don't worry. This is pre-check. Why? You only one of two people checking in right now, so don't worry. It's okay. You'll be fine.
Yeah, now it's not it's a rough time to travel during the holiday season, just in general, And I mean,
Yeah.
this year it's a little more exaggerated, I guess, but it's just a terrible time to fly because of the amount of people that are traveling. So, Nikki
Hey,
is in Japan right now, and
yeah.
they didn't have any issues getting over there. I just hope they can come home.
Well, today, coming home, I stopped off at Costco. And yes, I did see the increases in prices. I mean, before you could pick up a big roll of your favorite Bounty paper towels, right? That 12 pack or whatever, it was like $21 or $22, right? I grab one. I say, "Oh, they were packed plenty today," not knowing. When I look up at the price and the bugger was 33, I said, "No wonder I get plenty left for me." But it's okay. But what I wanted to say was, sometimes I just get in that mood, and I park. I don't know why I park. Seems like I'm parking a Home Depot parking lot for some reason. So anyway, I parked next to one of those cart collecting areas, and I saw this short girl. It looked like she either owns a restaurant or what. She had one of those flat cots filled to the top with everything. Then I was watching her. She had to load everything to the back of her truck. I said, "No, this not can be." Just then, one of the Costco workers was coming collecting carts, and he started. I said, "I go and help." And I don't know how she had loaded them on a cart in the first place. She must have had like about 40 to 45 different items,
Oof.
and like mayonnaise, like cases at a time. 50-pound bag rice, like about 4 or 5 bags, that kind of stuff.
Jeez.
So went over there and helped, and I smiled. She said, "Thank you." But folks, what a feeling you could help somebody out. But I will say this: when I got home tonight, whew, at 66 years old, my back was sore.
Uh, and she would have done it all by herself, Charles. And you know
I
what?
looked at
Her back
yeah.
was probably not even sore.
Okay, you didn't have to go there, Mel.
My sister, oh my, and we're flying out to spend Thanksgiving in Iowa with kiddies. Hopefully all goes well. Yeah, it'll be fine, Sandy.
Yeah. Safe travels, Sandy. Safe
Yeah,
travels.
her grandkids are in Iowa.
Oh,
Iowa. It's gonna be cold in Iowa. Yeah, we'll be heading out to Texas, and we're gonna be
hey,
spending
don't they
Christmas.
have don't they have the largest truck stop in Iowa? Yeah, they do.
I don't know. I know that in Texas there's Bucky's, which is a massive truck stop. But yeah, I've never been to Iowa. I have no desire to go to Iowa. I don't even know what the heck is in Iowa. I don't know.
Well, they grow a lot of corn and they grow a lot of potatoes.
Potatoes, yeah, yeah.
yeah, and I know that they're grafting them now through studies. So they have potatoes that taste like corn now. So that's good. That's what
Oh.
making trouble.
You know what? I know already. See, before I used to bite, but now I catch on. I catch on. Man, of
Uh,
life. Yeah, we coming up to the 8 o'clock hour. I just wanted to remind everybody about the Salvation Army Red Kettle campaign. Just Google Red Kettle campaign Kauai, and you can donate that way, or you can. We'll let you guys know. And Charlie and I are gonna be ringing the bell. Yeah, we wanna raise a lot of money. Angel
yep,
Trees is at Walmart,
yep.
Central Pacific Bank in Lihui, and Hertz Rental Car in Lihui, or you can go to the Sheraton Poipu if you're on the east side or the west side. November 26th, they have luncheons at the Hanapepe Core, which is by Hanapepe Stadium, and that is a sit down luncheon, or at the Lihui Core, which is on Hardy Street, and that is a drive through. And that everyone's welcome, folks. If you know someone that could benefit from that, let them know. And then December 23rd, the community Christmas dinners, which will happen. We'll put up more information as we get closer, but whatever you guys can do to help those people and help the Salvation Army, try your do what you can. It'll definitely go a long way.
Yeah.
It is the holiday season, and I did want to just Charlie. I'm going to break my own rule and talk about politics here. Melformayor.org. Melformayor.org. If you guys want to help us with our campaign, momentum is huge right now. We want to get you guys to jump in. You can buy tickets for our chili and rice fundraiser that is happening on November 22nd at the Kilohana Plantation. It's $10, guys. You can buy tickets right there. Go to our website, melformayor.org, and you can just click on the Get Tickets button. Or you can also uh, sign up to be a volunteer or a supporter. You can do all of that right there at melformayor.org. Getting excited, and
Yes.
Mila says, "Let's go." Yeah, we're yeah getting some good feedback. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Any closing comments there, Charles?
Well, again, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you to the lieutenant for coming on tonight and explaining and giving his mana'o about the Salvation Army. It's always a good thing to be involved with the Salvation Army. And to my brother Mel, again, it's okay to talk politics because we're behind you. And for those of you that are thinking about coming out that day, please commit yourself to just come and have good fun. Um, Live entertainment, but Uncle Charlie, John Mahi, and Darren Kiyotsuka will be bringing up the last hour and we'll be playing for all of you. Ono food, Ono pupus, everything. So I love to see you there. Okay, and with that said, have a wonderful evening. And if I don't get to see you going into the weekend, if you don't see me at the airport or I'm stuck in the office, please have a wonderful weekend as well. Mahalo.
All right, Charlie. Thanks again for jumping on tonight. One more time, I just like to ask you guys if you can, before you put your head down tonight, say a quick prayer for my brother Brian out there on the Big Island. He's in the hospital
Yep.
tonight. Let's pray that he can get out tomorrow and go do his thing. And we love you guys so much. And we'll let me hold on. Let me check my calendar for next week. I
The
think.
20 the
Yeah.
22nd is a Saturday.
Oh my God! Next week is a fundraiser already.
Yeah.
Holy moly! All right. So we will be on next week. I'm not sure the day yet. We'll let you guys know as soon as we know. But until then, folks, take care. God bless. We love you guys. Aloha.